coming up, we've got our first look at Agatha Darkhold Diaries. We've also got an update on Disney kind of giving up on Marvel Studios special presentations and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. A quick news update for you guys. Let's start off talking about how we're probably going to be seeing a lot less of Marvel Studios special presentations in the future, because according to industry insider Daniel RPK, we're going to be seeing a lot less of them. They're probably going to be shelving at the host system. And I'll be honest, I'm not really surprised if this turns out to be true, because ultimately they don't make any money from these. That's the key thing. You know, they put out two so far. We've seen Werewolf by Night and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, both of which I enjoyed. The Guardians of the Galaxy one, I thought that was a lot of fun. But did it really help? Did it bring in a lot of subscribers? I don't think so. Disney didn't really spend any money marketing both of these projects because essentially they weren't going to make any money. They weren't going to pull anybody in to subscribe just for those. They might have kept some subscribers around and kind of give them something to watch, but they didn't make any money at the cinema. And obviously, like with Guardians of the Galaxy, would that have made more money at the cinema as a film? Probably. You know, we've seen what happened with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, I think there are some key things with special presentations that they work quite well in the idea that they are cheap to produce because they're essentially just an extended TV episode, so the budgets can be a lot smaller. They can do stories that wouldn't necessarily fit into a film or a series and allow them to explore other characters. But, and this is the kind of the big key thing, is Marvel Studios is going through a big revamp. And I can just see how these special presentations just didn't really match up. They're having to produce a lot less because they're trying to save money. But more importantly, there is a problem with just oversaturation of superhero content. Too many Marvel projects coming out on Disney Plus and in cinemas. And so if you're looking at trying to cut down that number, that would be where you start, isn't it? You know, something that doesn't even make them any money, and using lesser known characters. Essentially, if these characters are not good enough to be worthy of their own series or have their own movie, do you just pop them into another series or another film, or just not use them at all? It's very easy. You can see how that can come in. You know, Marvel has been able to do a lot of experimentation on Disney Plus. They've been able to do short series, they've been able to do longer series, animated shorts, short films. You've also had animated stuff. So lots of different things, and they've obviously been trying to see what works. Now, there is going to be another special apparently that they have filmed, which is going to follow on from Agatha, which is going to star some of the witches. Don't know if that's still going to happen. There have been reports over the years that they were working on like a Silver Surfer and maybe a Nova one and other projects and the like. But I can see how, you know, if you're trying to cut back on the amount of projects that you're trying to make and trying to reduce that superhero fatigue, to be honest, I would be looking at those special presentations and going, do we need these? Are these essential? You know, they've already announced that they're going to be launching this new Marvel Spotlight series. You know, if you're going to do, like, you know, introduce a new character, maybe you can introduce it into another series and do it through, you know, like She-Hulk or Daredevil or Young Avengers or something along those lines. Could you do it through that? Or is it just worth maybe holding on and using somewhere else? I don't know, but I'm not entirely surprised by this. I think the whole idea of Disney Plus cutting back on how much it's making, these just seemed prime real estate. They were never really able to promote them very much. They didn't make any money. Can't really do like merchandise and stuff on them. So it's very, very tricky to see what they can do with it. But let me know, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea that they're getting rid of the Marvel special presentations? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Moving on from there, if you are a fan of WandaVision, you can now pick up WandaVision on Steelbook. So you can get it. There's two versions. There's a 4K version and a Blu-ray one. So this is the Blu-ray one to get 2 discs. In here you get some collectible cards, some lovely artwork on here. It looks fantastic. Now on here you get the full series along with the assembled episode. There's also some extra bonus scenes and gag reels and stuff, the kind of things that you would normally find on these kind of things. There's nothing on here that's particularly amazing that you probably have to watch, or, you know, but if you are a physical collector and you just like having something on your shelf, and the idea that, you know, no studio like Disney can take this away. They can't take it off Disney Plus. Well, here it is. So this is alongside another release. They did Loki season 1 last month. They got Mandalorian season 1 and 2 coming up next month. So if you like physical media, and I think this is a great idea of putting them in steelbooks, making them a little bit more collectible items, maybe limited runs and stuff. I think this is a great way for Marvel fans to have access to this content, but also to kind of make it collectible enough that people will actually want to buy it And there's still a market for these kind of things, but let us know. You're going to be picking this one up? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Now, keeping on with the topic of what's in here, because there's actually also a little featurette, which gives us our very first look at the upcoming Agatha Darkhold Diaries series, which was called Coven of Chaos. It was also called House of Harkness. So in here, we kind of get to see a little bit of some footage of where they were filming the new series. It's going to be coming to Disney Plus in the fall of 2024. It's kind of a continuation of Agatha's story. Don't really see too much in here. There's a little sneak peek there. We got to see like Joe Locke in here, who we think is going to be playing Billy, which turns into Wiccan, which ends up probably becoming a member of the Young Avengers and all these kind of things. I'm looking forward to seeing the Agatha series. I think exploring magic, I think doing it in a TV series works best in terms of formatting. It's also probably a little bit cheaper for them to do. Whether or not we see Scarlet Witch turn up in this at all, or any other characters, don't know. It's still going to be a while off. I think they've still got a little bit more filming to do, but they obviously did a lot of it before all the strikes. But yeah, so this series isn't going to be arriving, but it's a nice little bonus kind of to put this in here as well. And obviously as well, Marvel have put out the featurette to kind of get more attention on this new series. But whether or not Agatha Darkhold Diaries goes through a whole other like rebranding before, I think they seem to be going with the idea of playing around with the words. So the minute I'm almost essentially calling it the Agatha show. But let us know, are you excited about the new Agatha series? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. With it being Tuesday, let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. So on Hulu in the United States, and on Star Plus in Latin America, and on Disney Plus around the world, we got a brand new episode of the FX series, A Murder at the End of the World. So I'm going to be watching this one later on. I've been enjoying the series. It's a little bit slow, but I do enjoy the show. I'm very interested to see how they do this one, but that's the main new release today. But let us know you're watching this series. Love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. In our comment of the day, which comes from Erin, who says, I believe that 2024 will be a great year for Disney. Why? Because of all the huge anniversaries that is happening that year that involve Disney, which include the 25th anniversary of Tarzan. As a matter of fact, I have a theory that Disney will add Legends of Tarzan to Disney Plus in 2024 as a way of celebrating the 25th anniversary for Tarzan. What do you all think? I think it would be great if Disney were able to put that Tarzan series on Disney Plus. I mean, if they're going to do it, that would be a good time to do it. However, I am always very, very wary when people get a little bit excited about anniversaries, be it the 25th, the 30th, the 10th, the 5th, because ultimately Disney have got so many anniversaries. It's pretty much nearly one almost every single day, because they have had so many films, so many series, and every single one gets celebrated at different times. So the 25th anniversary of this film, the 20th of this, the 10th of that. If they did something for all of them, you'd never hear the end of it. So always be a little bit wary with celebrations and stuff. They do big ones every now and again, like at the theme parks, they might do celebrations for like the 50th and the 60th and the 75th. But that's usually can tie in because they can sell merchandise. You know, people are going to an event. Disney 100, which I don't think was it wasn't really as big as I would have liked it to have been. But I think with regards to celebrating anniversaries of films and shows and stuff like that, I mean, right now they're celebrating the 10th anniversary of Frozen. They only do it really for the big ones that make a lot of money and they can sell merchandise for. And I think ultimately for the Tarzan one, they're probably just going to float over it and probably not even maybe reference it other than maybe a social media post. Like I said, Disney have so many anniversaries, they do not celebrate them all. I know a lot of people get excited about, you know, there might be possibilities of stuff. But over the years, they might put out a pin, they might put out a t-shirt, but yeah, that's kind of about it, unless they can make a lot more money with merchandise. But let us know what you think. Do you think Disney's going to celebrate it? Let me know in the comments below. If you've got a question for tomorrow's video, pop them in as well. I'll pick the best one and I'll answer that one. On that note, guys, thank you very much. See you guys soon. Later.